Okay, Professor, thank you for joining us. First question for you. What are the defining features of democracy in Russia today?
Well, the defining feature is that there is no more democracy in Russia, and we're speaking about micromanaged democracy, and it's less democracy, more management. Although there are some democratic institutions, but they are very weak now. So there are hopes that the system we do have now in Russia will develop into democracy. But now, if to speak about it as about hybrid regime, it's needed to say that there are more authoritarian features than democratic features.
What role does the energy sector and high oil prices in particular play in supporting the Putin regime?
Not only high oil prices are extremely important, and without them it's impossible to support regime, but it's due to high oil prices that regime did take its present shape. Because at the time of Yeltsin, there was a kind of proto-democracy, and it was not so much due to the fact that Yeltsin was more democratic than Putin, although I think he was. But it was due to the fact that the Kremlin didn't have enough money to realize many plans which were developed at the time of Yeltsin with Putin's participation. When Putin came, he was lucky, and that's, by the way, there are some similarities with, say, fascist regime in Germany. And there is all the time the danger that when the regime comes and all of a sudden it gets some additional support, this time due to these huge and skyrocketed oil prices, then it creates illusion that the regime is effective and it gets popular support. Now it's important that if several years ago Russian budget has been balanced when oil price is $40 per barrel, now it's balanced if oil price is $120 per barrel. So if the price is going down, there is no way for the government to continue to keep realizing its social obligations and to keep populist social politics, and it will create understandable troubles, and it will end this regime.
Is this status quo sustainable? What are the likely scenarios for Russian political development looking forward into the future?
I would say that since last autumn, since 2011 fall, there is no more status quo option on the table because not only relationship between the state and society is changing, and it's not in favor of the state, but due to the fact that there are many more very serious shifts which are claiming for the regime to adjust. So, and in my view, there are two options for the regime. One is to adjust and to promote serious, large-scale political, not only economic modernization, just in order to survive. And if regime is not capable to do this, then it will not survive and will be replaced by a different regime. The problem is that you cannot be sure that the next regime will be better.
Great. Thank you very much, Professor.
My pleasure.